for this math class. Today we shall be looking at differentiating functions using the chain rule. What is chain rule? Chain rule is basically the differential method used for splitting a complicated function into simpler ones before differentiating. It simply states that the y, the x equals the y, the u multiplied by the u dx. What does this imply? The expression here, the y, the u, is a proceed from the derivative of a function with respect to u, and the second one, which is the u dx, is a function differentiated with respect to x. So when you have a function, all you need to do is to split the function and then ensure that you find you tag a part of it u, and you differentiate that u with respect to x, and another part y, which is differentiated with respect to u, and you use the chain rule to combine them, to multiply them to get the derivative of the entire function. Now I'd like us to go to the first example. Example 1. You are to differentiate y equals to x cubed minus 6 all to the power of 4 with respect to x. How do we go about this? Alright, let's get started. First, we write solution, and then we write the function given, which is y equals 2x to the power of 3 minus 6 all raised to the power of what? Of 4. Alright. The next thing to do is, if you take a close look at this particular formula, you will find out that we have u there. Okay, now what this means is that we're going to write the expression in the bracket as u. Okay, so we can say let u be equal to what? To x cubed minus 6. Okay, don't bother yourself about what we have up here for now. Don't bother yourself. Now the next thing to do is to equate y to u. Now if u equals this expression, then it means that our y will be equal to what? U is equal to everything here. So we have u to the power of 4. I hope you got that. Alright, the next step to take is to simply differentiate. First, we differentiate this expression with respect to x, and this expression with respect to u. Can we get started, or can we carry on? Okay, first we have here the u, the x, because we are differentiating with respect to x. That will be equal to, you know what will be done here. We multiply this 3 by 2. So what do we have? We have 6. Okay, and x, when you take 1 from the power of x, we have 2, minus, when you differentiate this constant term, it becomes 0. that is 0. So 6x squared minus 0 is this 6x squared. All right. Next, we have to also differentiate this expression, the one on the right hand side here, but now with respect to u. So here we have y. So we have dy du, because we are differentiating with respect to u, that will be equal to, multiply this by the coefficient here, and that is 4, right? 4 for u, that is u. Take 1 from the power of this. What do we have? We now have 3. All right. I think we have what we want, what we need. Now we can now go ahead and write the expression or the formula for finding for differentiating, the formula for chain rule. Okay, so what's the formula? It's simply the y, the x equals the y, the u multiplied by the u dx. I hope you are getting it. All right. What's our dy du? From what we solved earlier, look at it. Our dy du is 4u to the power of 3. So we come back to the formula and write this equal to 4u to the power of 3 multiplied by, now what's du dx? From here we have du dx to be 6x squared. All right, so we have to go back to the formula. And then write 6x to the power of 2. I hope you're getting it. All right, what's the next step to take? The next step to take is very simple. We are going to multiply these terms here. We have, look at 4 and we have 6 here. When we multiply them, what will that give us? 4 times 6 is 24. So we write 24, then bring the term of x here forward to the power of 2, multiplied by, you find out that we have u cube left. So we write u cube. But don't forget that our u, we had earlier said that u should be equal to what? U should be equal to 2x cubed minus 6. So we will go back to what we have solved and impute the value for u. So we can conclude that therefore dy dx equals 24x squared, open a bracket, we have 2x cube minus 6, close the bracket, to the power of 3 here, to the power of 3. Okay, that's the first example. Now we move on to the next. Example 2. Find the y dx if y equals sine x cubed. How do we go about this? You can see when you have a trigonometric function, your u, to determine what to make u, simply use the one inside. Okay, the term inside the trigonometric function. If it is logarithmic, use the one inside as well. Your u, so you'll find it very, very easy. All right, let's go ahead and solve further. We have a solution here. Solution. Okay, how do we go about this? First, let's write y equals sine x to the power of 3. Okay, as earlier said, so let u be equal to what we have here, which is x to the power of 3. And if that's the case, it means that y will be equal to sine what? Sine u, because x cubed is already u. Alright, let's go ahead and differentiate each of these functions. Okay, the first one is u equals x cubed. So we differentiate this as the u, the x equals what? Multiply this by the coefficient here, and that will be what? That's 3. Okay, then x, take 1 from the power as the simpler way of differentiating a function. We have 2 here. That's settled. Then we move on to the one on the left, on the right hand side, which is y equals sine u. And don't forget that sine u, sine x, according to when you differentiate sine x, okay, you're going to have cos x. That's according to the standard of form of derivative. So we're going to import that here. If y equals sine u, then dy du will be equal to cos u. Okay, let me write this u properly. Alright, now we move on to the formula. Can you remind me of the formula again? I know you know E is simply dy dx equals what? We have the y, just write the y du, multiplied by the u dx. Okay, we know what the y du is. The y du is cos u, so we write cos u, multiplied by the u dx is what? The u dx is 3x cubed. Sorry, 3x squared. So we write 3x squared. So I like us to bring this forward and this to the back. So in that case, we will have 3x squared cos what? Cos u. And don't forget what our u is. U is x to the power of 3, according to what we did before. Therefore, the y dx will be equal to 3x squared cos, what is u? U is x to the power of 3. This is the derivative of the function y equals sine x cubed. I hope you understand. I have a little task for you to do. Here is it. This is a class task. To differentiate the following functions with respect to x by using the chain rule. Number 1, y equals 4x cubed plus 9 all to the power of 8. That one is easier. Number 2, y equals 1 all over, then we have 5 minus 3x all to the power of 4. This is very simple. All you need to do is just to rewrite this as an expression in indices and then you solve. Then we have the third question here, y equals cos x squared. Look for the derivative of cos x and then apply the rule we used in number 2, or the procedures used in number 2 of our example, and then of our examples rather, and solve. Okay, thank you so much for your time. For more explanation, maybe you want to get in touch with me, you simply use this contact. You can also reach me on WhatsApp 07031681591. Thank you. See you in the next class.